Hello, welcome to my game dev live stream. Today is April 1st, but just right off the bat, I don't have any April Fool's jokes, so we'll just get into it. I didn't do anything on Wednesday. I didn't stream on Wednesday, but I did do some work. I just wasn't really feeling it. I didn't have a lot of time. Been taking care of the puppy throughout the day this week. That's taken up a lot of my energy. She's like a battery. Takes up my energy and then uses it for herself. Probably all this stuff with the chrono boxes will not get done this sprint. That's okay. So the thing that I have in progress is record the state of the game at the beginning of the day. So I wrote a new scriptable object type called persistent data. It has a reference to a persistable scriptable object, which is just a special kind of scriptable object that has a name and then can get data and restore itself from data. And then the persistent data has a path to the current data and a path to the start of day data. And then it has a Boolean, a toggle that says whether it's quantum entangled or not. And then we have files like save data, load data, copy start of day to current, and copy current to start of day. And then we have this thing called an end of day handler. And the end of day handler has a list of persistent data, has an on start of day function, an on end of day function, an on scene awake function, and an on scene sleep function. And behavior is like this. So at the start of the day, we copy the start of day data to the current data, and then on scene awake will get called, and for each persistent data, we'll load that into the scriptable object referenced here. And then if a scene goes out of scope, we do on scene sleep. We save that data out to the current data path. If it comes back in scope, we do on scene awake. We load it from the current data into the scriptable object. At the end of the day, we do this. For each persistent data, if it's quantum entangled, then we will save the data and we will copy the current to the start of day data. And that's basically this whole business here. What's going on? Opens the menu scene. Opens this. Okay, start of day. Day timer starts. End of the day. All open scenes will have their end of day manager called, and then they will be closed. All closed scenes will be opened, have their end of day manager called, and then are closed. Then reopen the starting scenes. And these behaviors here will replace the persister script. Because the persister script right now is just getting called on awake automatically. It doesn't have any discrepancy between the start of day data and the current data. But if we get rid of the persister, we won't have a way to, well, not if we get rid of the persister. I'm just saying right now, we currently don't have a way to manipulate the start of day or current data through this scriptable object. So we need to write an editor script for this, and I don't know if I've done an editor script for persistent data yet. No, I did. I did that for the health. Let's go find that one. That would be under assets, characters, scripts, editor, character health editor. Cool. This will be called persistent data editor. So we want to have a function for save, load, copy start of day to current, and copy current to start of day.
Looking for royalty-free music? Discover Epidemic Sound. Get the safest.
That'll probably be a good volume for music. One thing I had to do is I had to make this new function called copy file in the file system to do the copying. It expects that both of the files already exist, which I think in our case it will not. So, for example, our first day will have on start of day call, which will do copy start of day to current. But neither of the paths will have anything there yet. Maybe on awake we can check if the directory exists, and if not, then when we're copying, we can just check here. If not, file system dot does file exist. Then I'll do build file path. So if we try to, say we start up the game, it's the beginning of the day. So we do, on start of day, we do copy start of day to current. And then we do on scene awake, which is load data. So we do copy start of day to current. And this is the first time we're loading this up, so it won't have these files, they won't exist. So this file will not exist. It'll print out this warning. It will not attempt to copy it, so it'll return. Neither file exists yet. let me continue what I was saying. So it'll never, it won't copy. It will exit from on start of day. And then it'll do on scene awake, which we'll call load data. So we'll do load data. We'll build our file path. We'll check, does that exist? If not, we won't load anything. And the scriptable object is just whatever it was. So that's fine. And then we go to save it. At the end of the day, we check, does the directory exist for the current data path? If not, then we'll create that directory, which should already be handled there. So I'm going to take it out here. So save data simply just says, okay, save the data to the so then current will exist, and then on scene or on end of day, so we do save data and then copy current to start of data. So this will check, okay, does current exist? Yes. Does start of day exist? No, and it'll fail. I think that's wrong. So what if we take out the second? So if the source, let's see, oh wait, source file does not exist. But if the source file does exist, then what do? Go to copy file. We check, does the source exist? Does the destination exist? Well, if the destination does not exist, we fail. But let's imagine we don't do that. We get the size of the source file, we make a byte array, we load the data into there, and then we do save data, which is how we create a file. We do that in destination and we give it the data that we wanted. So I actually don't think it matters if the destination doesn't exist. I think that'll be cool. Okay. One thing I don't like about the route we're heading down now is that we're gonna have to have a persistent data and the regular data for everything that we want to save. So it effectively doubles it. It'd be cool if we could rope it into the rest of this stuff. So by using the persistable scriptable object. But I don't think an abstract class can have stuff like this. Oh, doesn't hate that yet. So the health data has its own script, which is overriding the one. Oh well. just as an example, we'll say that the health data is quantum entangled. Won't have any effect yet because nothing is going to call the end of day handler. Put these into here. I have to force this to re-import. Well, the defense data might actually be something that would be quantum entangled. I'll do that one rather than the health data. So, to recap here, we have looped this stuff into this persistable, scriptable object. And now we have an end of day handler script on the player. And then we put all the data that we want saved into there. If we click run, it should make all of those directories. That appears to have worked. Or at least not have caused an error. Those are different things. Cool, we have a current folder and a start of day folder. Cool. Now if I go to kinematic data and I say save data to current data file, I click that. Again, no error. We now have a file there. Character kinematic data. Bang. you can see it's added in some extra overhead associated with the parent class, which is persistable SO. But our system allows us to actually override that if we really want to. So here in the character kinematic data, we can go through get data, and rather than just using a to.json, we can parse it any way we'd like. But when we just give it to JSON and this, it will do everything, even stuff that we don't want. I'm not gonna save that. Next thing I want to test is, well, let me try changing maybe the facing. Change the Y to like a 2. Save that. Then we'll go here and I'll click load data from. Oh, there's an issue with that, wasn't there? Yeah, it gets overridden by what's in the rigid body. Maybe we'll change the initial jump velocity to something like 5. So now you can see that's a 5, and then when we jump, it's much lower. Okay, so say at the start of the day, I want the player to be over on the right side. I can click save data to current data file. When I go here, it'll ask me to reload it, and then the position will be what it should be. And then I can click copy current data file to start of day data file. Click that, no console errors, that's good. Back here in player/start of day, we have this file. And look, it's in there. Now, let's say we change something here in the start of day file. Let's change this to initial jump velocity of 7.5. Okay. So if I click load from current data file, it doesn't change it, but if I do copy start of day data file, no console errors. It doesn't do anything yet because I just copied the data file from one to the other. But if I go look at this one, it'll ask me to reload it. Now 7.5 isn't there. Now when I click load data from current data file, it populates it into the scriptable object. Cool. So I'm gonna call that done. That's where I'm gonna wrap up for tonight. gonna say thanks for watching. I hope you found this interesting. If you did and you want to see more, you can follow on Twitch or subscribe on YouTube. Let me just check in all this stuff. Reworking persistent data system to have a start of day data file and a current data file. Cleaned up old stuff. All right. Again, thanks for watching. Have a nice night. Bye.